This is important to me personally because I began working on this issue as a Senate staff person back in 1987 when we created the minority set-aside law. And that law was subsequently ruled unconstitutional by the courts, like I stated earlier, because of the lack of proof of disparity. So this issue is very important to me in that it's been 21 years and we are still in the same position when it comes to contracting with minority and small businesses. The other aspect of it is that as we've tried to enact the law coming out of 2006, the atmosphere that has now evolved is one in which there's a certain level of political correctness that's required about this issue. People don't want to be told or even have it suggested that they may be discriminating against someone. So even the terminology that we used in our legislation had to say things like trans instead of equity. And we had to talk about small businesses and minority businesses. And this is something that we were willing to work with and to compromise, and we did actually come up with language that met those criteria, and that was more palatable to the masses. So the importance of our being willing to be flexible enough to address any opposition to the concept I think that's been an important aspect for us, because again, it's not too much to ask given how much we believe in this. I think third and foremost, the thing that makes this so important is that there are so many small and minority businesses that could be doing better that don't understand why none of their contract applications are approved, that don't get feedback when they are denied, and that accordingly hold a high degree of frustration and mistrust and downright disregard for government. My Central Services Director recently, who supported us in this effort, he mentioned that for him, when you have a greater diversity of people submitting to be contractors, you ultimately get a better product and a better price. So this is important because I think diversity in our state is, first of all, is spectacular. But I think it's important that we as a state value and appreciate the diverse backgrounds of people who would be service providers for the state of Oklahoma. And so for me, after all is said and done, Oklahoma is a melting pot. It is made up of people who came here from everywhere seeking something, people who were pioneers. And anyone who is in business, to me, is a pioneer. This is a person who has placed his or her life at risk by feeling that they could do it as an entrepreneur. And that's something to value, respect, and appreciate. And if this work, if the outcome of this effort can lift them up and encourage them even more so, then that's why it's important for us to do it.